gotta do something?
Huh?
You gotta do something real quick?
No.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shalom Shabbat.
Is it too loud?
Yes.
No.
Yes, it is.
She got pregnant.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody pregnant no more.
Praises be to you.
And mouth might be too close to the mic.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hallelujah.
Better.
Yeah.
Eventually it's going to go closer.
Okay.
Well, you ain't rapping
All
no.
right, so I adjust it from back here. Praise him.
Yell it.
Praise him.
That's it.
Praise him. I should be the one asking y'all that question. Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shalom Shabbat.
Shabbat Shalom to our viewing audience, as well who's viewing live stream via YouTube. Blessings to all, and blessings from the Master Yahushua. Father, we give you thanks and praise in the Master Yahushua's name for your teaching, for your instruction. For your ways are righteous, your ways are just, your ways are true. And we just give you thanks and praise today in the Master Yahushua's name. Today we're going to be coming from Exodus 23. Shemot chapter 23. That's page 93 in the scriptures. Shalom. And can I get an amen? Are we all there?
I mean,
And Yah said to Moshe, come, go up from here, you and the people whom you have brought out of the land of Mitzrayim, to the land of which I swore to Abraham, to Yishak, and to Yaakov, saying, to your seed I give it. The promise was made a long time ago. The promise was not given to the children of Israel. The promise was given unto Abraham. Then it was passed down to Yishak. Then it was passed down to Yaakov, that the blessing will come to their descendants, his children. The promise still stands today. That if we obey to walk upright before the Master, that we will reap what the Master have in store for us. But the problem is this. The problem is unrighteousness. The problem is stubbornness. The problem is excuse. Sin. Because when we start making excuses, then sin is already settled in. And then we find all kind of ways to keep on doing what we want to do. But bear in mind, the promise was given on to the children. Because he said to Abraham, he said, the sins of these people have not yet reached its max. So within 430 years, the time is going to come for the blessing to be given unto the children of Israel. What the Master is saying, and his word said in Jeremiah, if I'm not mistaken, chapter 17, he said, so as the water cometh down from the cloud and waters the earth, and does not return. He said, so does his word, when it goes forward, it does not return void. So if the blessing's already been spoken over your life, if a prophecy's already been spoken over your life, then who that is causing you not to receive what the Master has in store for you?
Only you.
Only we can stop the blessings from coming.
That's right.
And the way the problem comes in is when we start looking to the left, when we start looking to the right, when the enemy comes and he flashes you over here with a flash card. When he comes over here, he flashes you with an ace of spades, and he flashes you with some nakedness over here, and he flashes you with all kind of things throughout the region, and it's just to get you to detour.
That's right.
That's all it is. And that was a problem he was having with Israel. 430 years. So now the sins of these people have reached its max. It's time to move them out. It's time for you to move in. The word has been spoken over your life. So therefore now it's our responsibility to now take the journey. So they bring us to the place where he wants us to be, in the house. Where we can be properly taught and take heed to the instructions and move forward. But we allow the enemy to come in and sideswipe us. That was the problem that they had. When the Moabite women came out, the people dressed up their daughters and they sent them out, and the men were the one who got conquered. Then Israel was joined to Baal Peor, the master of the opening. Israel was joined to all kind of sexual sins. To one point where one brother brought one of the women in front of the temple, and so a javelin was rammed through both of them. It's all a distraction. That's all it is. 11 days journey from Mount Horeb, or Mount Sinai right there. After they crossed over the Sea of Reeds, 11 days journey. Now it took them 40 years. What the master is saying, what he has in store for you is already here. It's up to us to make the proper decisions. It's up to us to take the path and stay on the path. And then we will get to the destination. The first generation came out, and they did not obtain the land. Moshe did not even get to enter into the land. It was the second generation afterwards, after them, that actually got to see the blessings. So if we don't do what we're supposed to do, if the prophecy came forward and said, well, use my brother Isaac for example, since he's right here. So the word came to his daddy, or the word came to his mommy. I'm going to bless you with a 10-bedroom house. But mommy and daddy didn't do what they had to do. So the blessing then, or the word has already been spoken, because he said, so as his word come down, like the rain, and does not return, so does the word go it forth. So if the parent don't do what they were supposed to do, then the blessing is going to come to the child. That's how it works. So who then here wants everything the master has in store for them to go to their children, and you don't get to get a piece of the pie? You don't get to taste a little piece of it before your eyes close, if it's the master's will. That's what he's trying to show us here today. That he has a plan for you. It's a good plan. The plan is to prosper us. The plan is to bring us into the blessings while we're outside of the land, until we get to the land flowing with milk and honey. But while we're out here, we can still attain what the master has already been spoken. So if the prophecy already been spoken, work the prophecy. What must I do now in my life to make sure I get what the master has in store for me? Okay, say it's a house, but my credit right now is shot. What then do I need to do? He said, oh no man, nothing but love. So therefore I need to go ahead now and consolidate my debts. Who do I owe? Okay, let's go to a debt consolidation program. Or let's work together, and we can pay you a little bit here, we can pay you a little bit there, because the master has a plan for me. But he says, oh no man, nothing but love. So if I don't know how to love, I got to go now research love. Love is what? Your action towards people around you. It's all about your actions. Oh no man, nothing but love. So if we owe money, go back and pay back your debtors. Because when the blessing comes, say now, it's a $350,000 house, but you're $50,000 in debt. But the house is $350,000. So now the blessing comes, so now you got to take $50,000 and go pay all these people. Now you're short $50,000. He's not trying to put you in a house where you got to make monthly payments. But if we don't do what we're supposed to do, then you're going to end up with a monthly payment. Because why? We have a tail lagging behind you. A financial tail of debt lagging behind you. Or whatever the situation might be, is staggering behind us. So therefore we have to cut loose from that, so in order for us to get to what the master has in store for us. So he said, to your seed I give it. Verse 2. And I shall send my messenger before you, and I shall drive out the Canaanites, the Amorites, the Hittites, and the Perizzites, and the Hivites, and the Jebusites. So he's the one going forth ahead of you. He said, let your light shine, that man will see your good deed and give the esteem unto you. Let your righteousness go before or go ahead of you. When righteousness go ahead of you, then the enemy cannot come in and put out your light. But if sin is going ahead of you, then you're going to have a problem. So he said, I'm the one going forth ahead. I'm the one paving the way. It's up to us to let the word be a light unto our path and a lamp unto our feet. It's up to us to follow the trail. to receive what the Master has in store for us. Don't let the enemy come with distractions. He's going to come with flashcards. I'll give you a perfect example. Where I work, I sit at a desk, and I got a big window in front of me. And every day, I see nakedness. Because if it's a female that comes in, and all of this is exposed, it's right in my face. I see it every day. But I know within my heart, within my spirit, it's just a flash. And he wants to see how I'm going to react. So every day, they don't know any better. That's how they dress. That's what the world is teaching them. But my spirit can't stand it. But I have to deal with it. To the point, I just laugh at it. That devil, you so stupid. And they come and they want to talk. They come and they want to flirt. It's just a distraction. It's just to get you to veer off just a little bit. Then he say, now we can delay his blessings. Now we can delay this. Now we can delay that because he's already detoured. But when you detour, remember, there's people around you that are watching you. There's always somebody watching. A little brother, a little sister, a niece, a nephew, your grandparents, cousin, aunt. You are being watched. They want to see what's going to become of you. He's talking about this Yahushua. He's going into the temple every Shabbat. Oh, they go into the temple every Shabbat. They want, and they're watching to see if you're going to fall. Sadly, most people are going to fall before you fall, or if you fall. But you're always being watched. And most of the time it's just to see your downfall. And then they can come and point a finger and say, see, I told you he was going to fail. So stay on the path. He said, to a land flowing with milk and honey. He says, for I do not go up in your midst because you are a stiff-necked and hard-headed people, lest I consume you on the way.
Mm-hmm.
He said, I'm not going with you. I'm going to send a messenger with you. I'm going to send someone that's going to pave the way for you. But if I go with you, you're going to keep on sinning, and I might have to destroy you. So because of his love, now we can see grace in the Torah. It's been there from the beginning. So when people want to come and say, well, see, we're no longer under the law, we're under grace. Well, grace been here. Mercy's been here. Favor has been here. So he sends somebody that's ahead of them and says, you know what? You go. Because I can't deal with these people right now. And that's the problem with a lot of our people today. They want the blessing, but they don't want to live right. They come into the house of Yah and they receive the word. They work the word works for them, but when they get the blessing, they turn back from whence they come from. Stiff-necked and hard-headed. Only want what they want. Not trying to build something, not trying to go anywhere, not trying to accomplish anything. All they want is a quick fix. And this was the issue he was having with them. The crying, the moaning, the groping, the complaint, the low self-esteem, this one having that. The list goes on, and it's all due to sin. It comes to distract you. It comes to steal. It comes to destroy. And then it kills you afterwards, so that you don't inherit what the Master has in store for you. That's the plot of the enemy. And he's not going to stop. Because you know, in his mind, what he's thinking, I'm going down. So I'm going to take as much people as I possibly can with me. That's his whole mentality. I know there's no salvation for me. I know there's no forgiveness for what I have done. So you know what? I'm going to take down as much as I can. And that's 75% of the world's population. From the beginning until now. Because men don't want to do what is right, but they want the blessing. And when the people heard this evil word, they mourned. And no one put on his ornaments. When they heard that Yah, or the Master Yahushua, the Spirit of the living Elohim ain't going with them. Now they mourn. Now they have a problem. Now they don't put on the ornaments no more. The Spirit of Yah is no longer with us. Who then is going to protect us? But he still showed compassion. He said, I'm sending forth my messenger. So there's no room for doubt. Then he said, and Yah said to Moshe, say to the children of Israel, you are a stiff-necked people. He said, should I go up in your midst? For one moment I shall consume you. And now, take off the ornaments, and I shall know what to do with you. Take off the chains. Take off the bangles and the bracelets and the nose ring, the earrings. Take off the ankle bracelet. Take off the toy. He said, take off all of that. You don't. Matter of fact, he's saying, you don't deserve it. That's what he's saying. I don't bless you with this, this, and this, and because why? When we exit Egypt, he says, go back and plunder the Egyptians, right? They plundered the Egyptians. They got the silver, they got the gold, they got the chicken. We love some chicken. They got the goats, the cow. They got it all. And he said, come and meet me. Take a 3-day journey into the wilderness to come in to meet me. But all it was griping and mourning and complaining. So he said, now, take it off. You don't deserve it. You don't deserve to be walking around all this nice stuff. Then I should know what to do with you. Let me think about it. We do it to our children, right? I did it to my daughter. I said, you don't deserve this chain right now. I took it off. Put it somewhere else. When I think you're worthy to put it back around your neck, then I give it back to you. But right now, you ain't acting right. Right now, you're not listening. Right now, you're not doing what I've been telling you to do. Right now, you're not listening. The list goes on. So therefore, tell you what. Give me all of the things that makes you happy. That's what he's saying. So when you see people start falling short, when you see them come into the house of Yah and they're blessed, and they receive the money, they receive all the stuff that they wanted from the master, but then they go back out. So when you see them all of a sudden they broke, busted, disgusted, hanging out at the pawn shop, pawning this, pawning that, now you can see where it's coming from. He said, give it back to me until I decide in my heart what am I going to do with you. That's why the word said, it's worse for a person that have put his foot to the plow and put his feet back. He said, you'll be 7 times worse than what you were before. So you're going to lose the silver. You're going to lose the gold. You're going to lose the nice shoes, the nice dresses. The list goes on and on. He said, you don't deserve it. Because I'm the one who gave it to you. But Israel did not esteem him with the gift that they had. When he said give, they had a problem. Give your tithes, they got a problem. Give your offering, they have a problem. Give your first fruits, they have a problem. And then you have people coming to the midst of the camp endorsing those sins. Well, the first fruit is grain. Okay. What about the carpenter? What, wood is grain now? What about the goldsmith? Well, iron is grain too? What about the stonemason? Oh, stone is grain now? But that's what they will do. When Korah and his rest of his crew, and they rose up and rebelled against the man of Yah, then the master had to destroy them. Because why? They come to be a hindrance. People will come into your life to be a hindrance. They come in to pretend to be your best friend. They come in to be your work friend. But check out their works. He says, know them that labor among you. Know them by their works. Know if that person will come in just to try to sideswipe you and receive your position. Trying to set you up so you don't get the promotion. Know them. So the children of Israel took off all their ornaments at Mount Horeb. And Moshe took his tent and pitched it outside the camp, far from the camp, and called it the tent of appointment. And it came to be that everyone who sought Yah went out to the tent of appointment, which was outside the camp. Again, you will have to separate yourself from people who ain't going nowhere. People who don't want to live right. People who don't want to serve the master. People who have a vision, but they don't have a goal. They don't have a path or something set up in how they're going to accomplish this dream. You need to be around like-minded people. Righteous people. But let's ask ourselves this question. How many times we have more conversation with the unrighteous than the righteous? How many times throughout the week we on the phone with our mom, brothers, and sisters, all blood relatives? How many times a week? Compare to calling a brother, a real spiritual brother. Hey brother, how you doing today? Hey my sister, how you doing today? Or send a text. But the ones who are not trying to live a righteous life, we tend to be more in communion with them. How are they going to help you in spirituality? How are they going to help you with walking in righteousness when they are walking in the light? So the man of Yah separated himself. For the entire camp was sinning. The priest ain't doing right. So the prophet separated himself. So anybody who wants to come and inquire about Yah, come and see me way out there. That's what he did. It's the same thing we got to do in our lives. It don't matter who it is. Because the word said in these days and times, it said for his name. It said 5 shall be in a house. 2 against 3. And 3 against 2. Sometimes it's people in your own house that will try to pull you down. The same family members, the same homeboy, the same friends. Husbands trying to pull their wives down because she's trying to live right and he ain't trying to live right. Or wives pulling their husband down because he's trying to live right and she don't want to live right. You got to separate yourself. He didn't say divorce her or divorce him. If there's 2 rooms in the house, separate yourself. If there's 1 room, hey, you're not trying to live right? I've been trying. You still don't want to live right? Guess what? I think we need a break. Because right about now, you're a hindrance. That's all you're doing, is hindering me. Every time I come home, it's something unclean in the house. Shrimp being cooked in the house. Pork being cooked in the house. All kind of defilement going on in the house. You got to separate yourself from and break camp. Because if not, you're not going to have any shalom. Every day you come home, it's the same thing over and over. This makes you want to puke. Every time you go into work, it's the same thing over and over. You can't stand these people no more. What are you going to do? You got to separate yourself. Because if you don't, you will not inherit what the master has in store for you. You won't. Because they're going to come and weigh down with their problems. They're going to come and weigh down with their crying and mourning and their complaining. They're going to come in and, oh, can I borrow $50? Can I borrow this? Can I borrow? And all they want to do is borrow, but they don't pay. And you keep on giving. Okay, one day they might change. When are you going to wake up? They have no plan to change. All they want to do is suck the living blessing out of you. Just like when the master is about to send a blessing your way. Do you ever notice that the master speaks a word? Money is coming your way. But all of a sudden family members start calling. Have you ever experienced that? The word just spoke. And all of a sudden, these people are a week before the word comes to pass. The enemy comes. Oh, my car just broke down. Oh, my light bill needs to be paid. My this. No, separate yourself. Where were you when I was down on my knees? Where were you when I was struggling? Where were they? They were nowhere around. Where were you when I was eating ramen noodles? Where were you when all I had was a cup of water and go to bed? Where were you? Where were you when I need help? Where were you when I'm trying to live right? Nowhere to be found. But in the day of your success, in the day that the master is shining his light upon you, that's when they want to come and show up. No, separate yourself. That's why this walk is not for the swift nor for the strong, but it's for them that endure. So if you don't make it up in your mind that come hell or high water, come whatever the situation might be, I'm going to endure, then you're going to fail. That's why the first generation that came out of Egypt failed. Their minds were not made up. Their heart was not fixed on righteousness. All they wanted was meat. All they wanted was their idols. All they wanted was to sleep around with the women of the surrounding nation. All they wanted was the things of Baal. Their heart was not fixed on Yah. All they wanted is the ways of Egypt. That's all they wanted. And then the mixed multitude in the midst start complaining about meat. So now Israel complaining about meat. So he said, you're going to eat meat until meat is coming out from between your teeth. So you want all of that? You want sin? I'm going to give you sin. But it's up to you. Separate yourself. Moshe had to do it. It's the same stiff-necked and hard-headed people we're still dealing with today. They have not changed. The old Babylonian proverb said, from the wicked goeth forth wickedness. If they're not practicing righteousness and teaching their children righteousness, they're going to pass it down to them. And bring forth the generational sickness and bring forth the generational curse. So when people come and talk about obesity or it's hereditary, no, it's not. If I change my way of eating, then I don't have to be fat. If I get up from my chair and go walk around a couple of times throughout the day and eat right, then I won't have to be fat. Or overweight, as they say, or obese. Oh, it's hereditary. It runs in the family. Cancer runs in the family. This runs in the family. Well, guess what? I'm separate from the family. Because I don't want to die like my mother died. I don't want to die like the way my cousin died. The list goes on and on. So you must separate yourself in order for you to receive what the Master has in store for you. It don't matter who the person is. Do not join in with them. Separate yourself. That's why he told Abraham, walk before me and be kadosh. Be set apart. That's all he wants. Set apartness. Verse 8. And it came to be, whenever Moshe went out to the tent, that the people rose. Each man stood at his tent door and watched Moshe until he entered his tent, the tent. And it came to be when Moshe entered the tent, that a column of cloud descended and stood at the door of the tent, and he spoke with Moshe. If I'm in the midst of bad company, how can I hear him? How can I see what he has in store for me when all around me is just pure evil? People who are not going nowhere. Negative people. I hear a word every now and then because there's no silence around me. I can't even get a chance to pray. You got to move. That's the only way you're going to have peace. Every day, the ambulance siren put me to sleep. The ambulance siren wake me up. For us who coming from up north in New York, there's not a moment that goes past you don't hear sirens going off. When are you going to have some peace? You got to move away from the city. That's the only way you're going to have that peace. So when they separate himself, the tent, his own tent, the column of smoke came down. When you separate yourself, then you can hear clearly what the Master is saying to you. But if you're dwelling amongst the crowd, wife ain't doing right, husband ain't doing right, family members ain't doing right, all around you is sin, 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 sin. If you don't separate yourself, it only takes a little bit of leaven, and it will leaven your whole lump. Oh, come on, brother, let's taste it one time. And the one time you taste it, oh, it tastes good. Was it? Oh, it's shrimp. Oh, snap. But it tastes good, though. And that's how they get you. That's why you got to ask questions. What's in it? Shaul talks about it. To eat. He said, don't let no one judge you because of you keeping the holy days or because of what you eat. Judge you. Separate yourself from them. Well, why you got to keep the Shabbat? Because it's righteousness. Why you got to grow dreads? Because I want to be a Nazarite. So what? Well, you're never going to shave your facial hair or your hair again? Well, I got a covenant for 10 years. So if I want to grow my dreads for 10 years and don't shave, that's what I'm going to do for 10 years. You got a problem with it? My covenant is not with you. It's with my Creator. Whatever it is, you got to come out from amongst them. That's what he said. Come out from amongst them, my people. Lest you be consumed into the pleasures of Yah. When he moved in judgment to destroy the wicked. Do you want to still be in your camp when he moved in destruction? I don't think so. A little bit of leaven. Leaven's the whole lump. And it came to be when Moshe entered the tent, okay. And all the people saw the column of cloud standing before the tent, standing at the tent, and all the people rose up and bowed themselves, each one at the door of his tent. Thus Yah spoke to Moshe face to face, as a man speaks to his friend, and he would return to the camp. But his servant, Yehoshua, the son of Nun, the young man, did not leave his tent. The one that's going to take his place eventually did not leave the tent. It's the same thing our parents were telling us. Do not come out of the house and go intermingle with them boys out there. I don't want you hanging out with them folks out there. Because if you do, you're going to be contaminated. Don't you see all of them out there? They're all drinking, smoking. He said, no. You're going to take over one day. So follow my examples and do what I do. So he did not leave the tent. Thus Moshe, okay? And Moshe said to Yah, see, you are saying to me, bring up this people, but you have not made known to me whom you will send with me. Though you have said, I know you by name, and you have also found favor in my eyes. And now please, if I found favor in your eyes, please show me your way, and let me now know you, so that I found favor in your eyes, and consider that this is nation of your people. Again, he said, now show me your way. Now let me receive from you what I'm supposed to receive from you. But while I was in the camp, there was nothing but noise. This one complaining. That if every day we get making excuses, we can't hear it. If every time we're supposed to be here, we're late, how are you going to hear? We don't have a program here. We could have came in today and Torah study was praise and worship. We could have came in today, or today we're going to take the works out to the beach. Today we're going out to minister. Then we come back and then we have service. You never can tell. So we must move by his spirit. And so did the camp. They did not move until the cloud moved. When we step out of line and start looking to the left, start looking to the right, then we start to fall short. There was 4,500 men that left Mitzrayim before the appointed time. And you can find this in the book of Jasher. And they went to the land of Canaan, trying to attain the blessing before it was right, or before the time was right. And the clan of the Canaanites came out and put a beat down upon them. Out of 4,500 men, only 5, if I'm not mistaken, went back to Egypt to tell the tales. You cannot force right what the master has in store for you. You can't. Sometimes there's some things in our lives that he's trying to work out. He's trying to strengthen you for when the distraction comes, that you don't look at the distraction or be drawn away by the distraction. He's trying to strengthen you that when hard time comes, you're not drawn away by the pressures of the world. Many people are. I got to work this. I got to work that. The pressures of the world. The enemy will come and put on your shoulder. So you feel as if I got to work. I don't have no time for the master. I got to work. I got to work this Shabbat. I got to work next Shabbat. I got to work. Why? Pressures of the world is upon your shoulder. The enemy come in and make the situation look worse than what it is, but it's not. Because in the end, everything is futility. All this hard work, all this pain, trials, and tribulation we're going through is all futile. In the end. Ask Shalom when we see him at the resurrection. He said, I studied all of it. And came to find out it's futility. So why allow yourself to be sidestruck or sideswiped? Stay focused. Stay on the path. And as Moshe said it himself, he said, Yah arise, and his enemies be scattered. When it was time for the camp to move, let Yah arise. So when it's time for the master to move in your life, let him arise, and the enemies be scattered. Don't become like our people that was drawn away to the Moabites and got caught up in the sexual sins. That's what Baal Peor means. Peor means opening. They were drawn into sexual sins. He said anything that comes from the body, any liquid that comes from the body is unclean. Sexual sins. People put their mouth in places they're not supposed to be putting their mouths. But Israel was drawn to that. Today it's called a strip club. So they're separated from the church or from the temple. There were temple whores or temple prostitutes. So now they're separated today. So you have the strip club and then you have the church. They make money both ways now. Don't be sideswiped by it. Don't fall short. Stand still, hold your ground, and receive what Yah has in store for you. Because if not, it's going to go to your children. And if they don't do what right, because we did not teach them righteousness, it's going to be stored up and go to the next generation. It's not going to go back to heaven. He said it shall not return unto him void. The promise he made to Israel did not went void. The second generation did went in and receive the land. So the word was fulfilled after 430 years. Like, wow, it's a long time. Yeah, but the word was fulfilled. Mm-hmm. It's not going to return back to heaven. It must go in forth and accomplish. So if a prophecy came to you again, if you don't do what is right, it's going to go to your children. And if they don't do what's right, it's going to go to their children. And it's going to keep on going all the way down to somebody in the line, get their act right, and receive what Yah has already spoken over your life 430 years ago.
Yes, sir.
It's not going back to heaven. He don't have no use for it. 3 things he desired. That we prosper. As our spirit prosper. And be in good health.
Yes, sir.
You can't be in good health if you can't buy good food.
That's right. Break it down.
You can't. All you're going to be doing is buying GMO food. All you're going to be doing is buying pesticide food. And it's going to break down the body. Break down the immune system. It's called cellular degeneration. Rusting from the inside out. Because you can't buy expensive food. They make it expensive for a reason. So that you can't buy it.
Right.
So you go to Save-A-Lot.
Come on, break
You go to the dollar store.
it down.
You go to all these low places. And that's why they flood your communities with them.
Yes, sir.
Go to New Tampa. Show me a Save-A-Lot in New Tampa. It don't exist down there.
That's right.
It don't. You find 2 Publix, and a Winn-Dixie, BJ's, 1 Walmart, a super Walmart, that carries the one down on Fletcher, doesn't have what the one in New Tampa has.
That's right.
It don't. So the system was already set up against you. But remember what he wants. Prosperity.
Yes, sir.
But your spirit, man, must be up here first.
Yes, sir.
If a spirit ain't right, you can't unite.
Yes, sir.
There's no way.
That's right.
We can talk all day, all night about prosperity, but if we're trying to do a movement together as a body, if everybody's not sitting down, closed, and in their right mind, then we ain't going nowhere. And that's what the disciples had to go through. They had to be in one mind before the Spirit came upon them. They had problems, yeah. Peter denied Messiah 3 times before he was impaled. They still had issues that they were working out. But they got it right, eventually. How long are we going to take to get it right? So the movement of Yah can persevere
Yes, sir.
and move faster than what we're seeing right now.
Yes, sir.
It's up to us. That's it. It's up to us. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 got it. But everybody else lagging behind because their mindset. We got to change that energy. Get off the negative waves and hold on to the positive wave.
Yes, sir.
Your situation was designed to make it look worse than what it is. It was designed that way. But until you look ahead of it and realize that there's something better at the end of the tunnel, you're not going to see it. So just remember, the enemy's going to come with flashcards. It's just to flash you. He's going to flash you with nastiness. He's going to flash you with defilement. He's going to flash you with sickness and disease. He's going to flash you. but you've got to keep moving. Don't let it stop you from progressing and from moving forward. Hallelujah.
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 Come on, hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Praises be to you. At this point, we're going to end right here. I hope this word was a great encouragement and a blessing to you. Take it, chew on it, swallow it, and receive the nutrients from it, so that your being may be blessed and you receive what the Master has in store for you. Father, we thank you once again in the Master Yahushua's name for your word, for your teaching, for your instruction. Thanks for using me, your servant, to deliver your word today. I pray it be a blessing unto my heart and unto everybody's heart who's here today and that is listening on YouTube. We give you thanks and praise for the word and for the instruction in the Master Yahushua's name. Amen.
Amen. I'm getting like 2 different instructions, but okay. You said just let it roll. It's already at 42 minutes. Huh?